What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to Wednesday at 1. My name is Paul Turner, in case you did not know. But of course, if you're on this channel, you should know by now, since I introduce every video with, "Hi, Paul Turner from thediscipleproject.net." So I am in my car again, which I have a feeling, though, that a lot of these live broadcasts are going to come from my car. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I just feel like that's going to happen. And so I am traveling today. I'm in Montgomery today for what is called district council. And our district council happens once a year. Maybe you have something like that in your denomination. We had a great, I'm only up here, I was up here yesterday and a little bit this morning. I had the great Jim Cymbala speaking this morning. He spoke last night, crushed it. Spoke this morning, crushed it again. I just, there's just guys in the world that, man, who just light you up, and Jim's one of those guys for me, because he's so not pretentious. He's so just real, down to earth, and man, I love that. I love that about Jim Cymbala. So, and he hit on a note today, which, by the way, I know there's where we do tips and things like that, of youth ministry tips, but this is important, guys. These are going to, my chats with you are going to bounce between giving you tips and things, but sometimes I just want to come to you and give you real life stuff that just, maybe you're just finding you don't need the latest tip, trick thing. You just need somebody to be real with you and somebody to be honest with you. And that's my goal, guys, is to be with you guys here on a Wednesday at 1 to help do that. We're going to get to Q&A maybe at the end if you have some questions or things like that. I want to be able to assist you. But today he hit on a note, something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and that is the thought that I felt like, the Holy Spirit reminded me and has reminded me, often. Don't stray far from yourself. Don't stray far from yourself. So what does that mean? Well, because sometimes we feel like when we're in public, ministry, and we have to get up in front of students or even adults, that we feel like we have to put on some kind of show, that we have to be somebody we're not. And I always sensed in myself, thankfully, that there was nobody else I really wanted to be. We see either in popular Christian culture or things like that, we hear people talk, and we sort of want to emulate other people, or we think that's the way our kids want us to be, or we think we have to take on some kind of persona to be more engaging. And I want to encourage you that that's not true. That's not true. You don't have to be anybody else but you when you stand before your kids. God made you to be unique. God made you to be a unique voice. You have unique spirits. Everything you've gone through in your whole life is to what brought you to here, is to who Jesus is to you. Why would you take on another persona to declare who God is to your students, right? And sure, there are communication things and skills and things like that, sure. But, why not be the same guy or the same girl? Why not be the same person in regards to how you get up and communicate with your students? Your students desperately want you to be you, right? Hey, John, you're so thankful for you, buddy. Thank you so much. And I'm just thinking about this. Why would you want to be anybody else but you? Your testimony, how you found Christ, how you how you were discipled, how the things that influence you, all those things. Why would you want to take on another persona to share who Jesus is with your students? And maybe this is something, I don't know, maybe it's when you're younger, because when I was younger, we look at whoever the hot preachers were at the moment, and we look at their, what I would call tactics, communication tactics, in order to get a rise out of people, or to listen. We want our kids, we want to engage with our kids, but why would you engage with them as a different person? Why would you engage with them as a different person other than Christ who made you to be, right? And so for me, as I get older, And sadly, there are some adults, ministers and so forth, who do take on a persona, who do take on a cultural persona for the sake of the adults, for the sake of entertainment, or for the sake of those things. And they take that with them, and many youth leaders or youth pastors, do that as well. And in doing that, I think we shortchange, right? We shortchange what God is trying to do. We shortchange what God's trying to do with our students, which is to be real. We're trying to tell our students to be real, right? To be authentic, to be who Christ made them to be. And then we get up there and we act like a phony. We're one way in a conversation and one way in the pulpit, or one way in those things. And so I guess that's my encouragement today, guys, is don't give up being yourself in front of your students. Be the same person. You don't have to dress up what God has done for you. You don't have to be, even your testimony doesn't have to be entertaining. It is what it is, right? And so, if you're going to be real with your kids, be real with your kids, right? Don't dress it up. Don't, because a lot of you, maybe you feel like a phony. Maybe you feel like, that you get up there and say, this is not really who I am. This is not what I'm about. This is not anything that's real to me. And so in doing that, sorry guys for the chaos here. My phone is acting so weird. But in doing that, if we try to be somebody we're not, we're going to start feeling like a phony. We're going to start feeling fake. We're going to start feeling like we're not real. And if we can't be real, then our kids won't be real, and they're not going to be honest, and they're not going to be all those things. So let me encourage you guys, be honest with God. Be honest with who you are. Not to the point where you're divulging, all your secret sins and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just simply communicating the gospel in a real way, how it's impacted your life. If you can't show them how it's impacted your life, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter to the kids because they're not going to understand it. They're going to sense and know that it's a show. They're going to sense and know that your life is not Jesus, is not impacted by Jesus. And so, be real with your kids, be real with your students, be real with those things so that you can be all that you need to be for kids, so that they'll know what a real relationship with God looks like. And so that's it, guys. That is my challenge to you guys. And I would love to hear from you. Do you have any Q's and A's for today, right? What would you guys like? I'm sorry, guys. I got to keep fumbling around with this thing because my phone keeps wanting to just like click off and do weird things. So I apologize for that. So you guys tell me, do you guys have any Q and A's for today that I can help you with? Okay. What can I help you guys with today? If you're preparing for service tonight, I want to help you. I want to help you get something done. So if you have some little questions or things that I can help you with, or comments, do you feel like a phony? Do you feel like a fake or a fraud sometimes? Do you feel like you're not being your real self? And why is that? Why are you feeling like you're not being your authentic self in front of your students? And how can we get out of that, right? How can we get out of being, less than real with our students? So do you guys have any Q's or A's today? Well, maybe mostly Q's. I'll try to supply the A's, but maybe you guys have some A's too. So tell me, do you guys have any questions for today? I want to help you. I want to serve you in any way I can. That's why I do these things. If you need more youth ministry information, by the way, you can always check out my website, thediscipleproject.net. You can find some youth ministry resources there. You can find sermon series. You can find small group Bible studies. You can find all kinds of good things. So just go by there and check store. Or if you want to go listen to the podcast, You can go to the podcast there. It'll take you there, and you can listen to the podcast. That's the Youth Ministry in Motion podcast. But that's about it for today, guys. Do you guys have any questions, comments? I am waiting. You want to get them in now so that I can get you on your way so you can go finish planning the rest of your service if you're not done yet. Of course, you're all done though, right? I can tell you what I got going on tonight. I have some students coming in called Masters Commission. They're going to be doing some things. We're going to be playing kickball tonight. We have our tribes program going on, so we got kickball happening in the service there. I have students that are sharing. So grateful, so thankful for my students, because let me tell you what, they understand, they get it, they really do. In this thing of following Jesus, they understand leadership, they understand stepping up, they understand that it's not about me, that the youth program, the youth ministry isn't about me. It's about their development to become the leaders that Christ made them to be, and they take over. And so I am grateful for each one of them. So kudos to you guys, Lift Student Ministry. Shout out to you guys. I got some videos, other videos I'll be bringing you this week. I got something on graduation. There's a bunch of graduation videos on here, by the way. I think there's at least a bunch, meaning 3 or 4. So if you're looking for graduation ideas, go ahead and click the search button down there and just type in graduation. You'll find maybe 3 or 4 different ideas if you're looking for graduation ideas. So but I think that's it, guys. That's my plans for tonight. I hope that you guys will have an awesome service tonight. Let me know how it went. Leave me some comments if you will in the community section. And other than that, guys, I will catch you guys next Wednesday at 1. You guys have a great day, everybody.